You can use SET to create on-chain tokenized baskets of crypto assets that are represented by a tradable ERC20 token on Ethereum. What makes these tokens special is that they are 100% collateralized by the portfolio assets that the SET manager has chosen. And so the net asset value of this SET token can only increase and decrease in relation to the underlying price performance of the held assets. An easy way to think about this is that what SET enables you to do is create the sort of FTSE 100s and S&P 500s of the traditional market, but on-chain with crypto assets and in a decentralized, trustless manner. In other words, the SET manager can only trade and execute their strategy on the assets within the smart contract, but they can't ever withdraw any investor funds out. It's not permitted, so that gives it that sort of trustless aspect. So what I'm going to do is just show you a quick example of the largest SET in the ecosystem currently. And that is the DeFi Pulse Index, which is a collaborative effort between DeFi Pulse and a project called the Index Cooperative. And what the DeFi Pulse Index is funnily enough a themed indice based around DeFi. What that allows you to do as an investor is, instead of sort of pick and choosing your own tokens to invest into and trying to sort of pick winners, what the DeFi Pulse Index does is allows you to invest in a single asset and gain broad exposure to the whole ecosystem and its performance relative to the rest of the market. So we can kind of see that in this chart here. If we flick to the yearly, this token, I can't remember when it was actually created, but this chart goes back to September 2020, and we can see the performance was pretty amazing at the time. So I believe DPI started at $100. At its peak, it was sort of just under $600, which is a 6 times essentially. And then subsequently it nuked all the way down to near enough 200. So yeah, big drawdown there, but that is crypto. What's cool about this chart as well is you can actually see how the sort of composition of the index has changed over time as well. So DPI follows a monthly rebalancing cadence where they will rebalance the token weighting within the index, but also potentially add new tokens based around the sort of inclusion criteria. And so if I scroll across the chart, you can actually see how this composition has changed. And if I click view more, you can see the total amount of tokens that are in here. And all these tokens are held because, like I said earlier, SET's 100% collateralized. Within the smart contract, it holds all of these tokens within it, and that's what gives it its value.